Hi, welcome to ArcGIS Location Platform. My name is Courtney, and I'm a developer advocate at Esri. We're excited to have you here. Now that your free account is set up, let's explore how you can start using ArcGIS in your own projects. Let's start off by getting to know ArcGIS Location Platform. Location Platform provides access to APIs, SDKs, services, and developer tools designed to help you build location-based apps quickly and efficiently. You can take advantage of a monthly no-cost limit to access location services and create data services for development, testing, and deployment. If your applications exceed the monthly no-cost limit or require additional functionality, pay-as-you-go billing ensures uninterrupted service. To learn more about the different services available and estimate costs for your mapping needs, visit the pricing page using the link in the description below. Now, let's sign into ArcGIS Location Platform to familiarize ourselves with the site structure. After signing in, you'll arrive at your dashboard with quick access to tools, links, and your portal. Your portal is a website that has tools and applications that allow you to create, manage, access, and share geospatial content and data. On your dashboard, you'll find a billing summary that tracks your monthly accumulation of charges in 24-hour periods. Usage trends are displayed below for the last 24 hours, with more details available by clicking Go to Usage. You can also manage developer credentials by clicking Create Developer Credentials to set one up quickly. Layers and data services allow you to easily find and filter your data. In the Developer Credentials subpage, you'll be able to manage your credentials and their usage. By selecting Create Developer Credentials, you'll be directed to your portal where you can manage your content, API keys, or OAuth 2.0 credentials. In the Layers and Data Services subpage, you can view your hosted layers, monitor data service usage, and import data to create custom layers. There are buttons in the top right of the page that allow you to manage and create your layers and services. You can also import data to create custom layers from scratch and publish layers as vector and raster tile layers. On the Usage page, you can see the dates of your billing cycle. The Usage subpage has 3 tabs. The first shows a summary of all the services you have used in the current billing cycle, with filters to view another time period or a custom date range. The next tab is Developer Credentials. Here you'll see all your developer credential items, such as API keys, with any usage during the current billing cycle. There are filters to help you narrow your search. You can alter the API key you're examining and the time frame you're analyzing using the drop-down menu. The final tab is Layers and Data Services, which has a similar layout to the Developer Credentials tab. It'll populate what you used in the current billing cycle, with filters to narrow your search and view other timeframes. Moving on to the billing page. With another 3 tabs, the first tab is the summary. Here you'll see the next billing date, amount, and when it was last calculated. Payment methods and history allow you to enable the flexible pay-as-you-go pricing and view your payment history. Your subscription ID can be viewed here. Be sure to keep it in handy in case you need to contact your account manager or custom service team. Preferences is the last page we'll explore and should not be overlooked. This page helps us know more about what is important to you, so that your experience on Location Platform is relevant to your work. Make sure to update your email communication preferences so you can stay up to date on what's new and receive insightful material that'll help you best leverage ArcGIS Location Platform. On this page, you'll also find account settings, usability studies, and more. If you want to access all the documentation about how to use location services, REST APIs, SDKs, and developer tools, go to the tab labeled Esri Developer. There are multiple ways to securely access ArcGIS resources and services. To learn about authentication methods, click on the Features drop-down menu and select Security and Authentication. In this example, we'll demonstrate how to configure an API key found under the Tutorials section in the Esri developer documentation. First, we'll navigate to the Location Platform dashboard, and then to the Developer Credential page in the ribbon. Here we'll select Create Developer Credentials. We are directed to the Developer Portal and prompted to select a credential type. Select API Key Credentials, and then select Next. The next step is to set an expiration date. API keys expire after 1 year, an industry standard practice to ensure security. If your use extends beyond a year, you'll need to rotate your keys. Documentation on this process is linked in the video description. Referrers allow you to further secure the API key, restricting access to specific domains. Then select Next. Privileges allow you to assign permissions to your API key for the actions it will perform. Switching the toggle on for location services will enable all the available services and privileges. However, not every API key needs the same functionalities, so you can tailor yours for different use cases. We encourage you to carefully scope only the privileges you need for that API key. Remember, you can create as many as needed. Click the expand arrow to the left of Location Services to view a menu of different services. Expand any of the services for more details. You can toggle the capabilities for each service to suit your needs. If you don't find the service you need, you may need to enable pay-as-you-go for additional services. Once the API key service privileges are configured, select Next to scope the key to any items or data services you own. If you have created a web map or layer you'd like to incorporate, you can do so here. Click Next when you're done, and you'll be prompted to give your API key a title, summary, and to add tags. Be sure to read the video description for more guidance on best practices. Now that we've filled out the fields to distinguish this new API key from your other content, select Next, and you will be provided with a summary of your key. After verifying the information, we will select Next. Now it's time to decide if you want to generate the API key access token now or later. When you choose to generate the API key credential, it will only be visible once at the time of generation. For security reasons, once the key is generated, it cannot be viewed again, so be prepared to copy the key and paste it into your application. If you select Go to Item Details page, I'll generate the API key later, your key is not generated immediately, but you can return to the Item Details page to generate the key once you are prepared to add it to your app. If you've decided to generate the API key now, select Generate the API key and go to the Item Details page. The browser will take a moment to load. And once it does, a pop-up will give you the option to copy the API key by selecting the icon to the right. You'll also find ready-to-use code samples on the Esri developer's site to test your API key. We'll plug in the key we just created into the routing example here. Now we're able to select anywhere on the map to add new stops. Using the ArcGIS routing service, the application calculates a route between the 2 points and lists the turn-by-turn directions in the top right, with detailed mileage information for each step. Now let's explore the different location and hosted data services, as well as APIs that are available to you. Basemap services allow you to provide visual context to a map or scene in multiple styles to complement your app. With minimalist styles that allow data to shine, satellite imagery for realistic viewing, navigation styles for routing, styles that highlight points of interest, and many others in over 40 languages, you are sure to find a map that fits your needs. You can also customize these base maps using the vector tile style editor and visualize different boundaries and labels with the world view capability. Geocoding allows you to find the coordinates associated with an address, an operation called direct geocoding, locate the closest address to a coordinate, an operation called reverse geocoding, retrieve a list of addresses where a type of place is found, like gas stations, coffee shops, or parks, populate address suggestions as you type, and direct or reverse geocode for large batches of addresses, an operation known as batch geocoding. With access to tens of millions of places around the world, the Places Service API allows you to search nearby points of interest, also known as POI, such as coffee shops, grocery stores, public transportation, and more, using search options like name or category, and area around a point or within a bounding box. Gain even more context about a location, such as the hours, contact information, and more by selecting a point. Learn more and demo these and all the services in the developer documentation linked in the description below. The Routing Service API will help you find directions, whether for point-to-point navigation or managing fleet routing. You can find the closest facility to a point you select on a map, create isochrones that show the distance you can travel in a specified time frame, whether you're walking or driving, and much more. With the Routing Service APIs, you'll always know the next step. The Geo-Enrichment Service API offers on-demand access to data about people, businesses, and behaviors from authoritative sources. You can use these variables to bring more context to your maps, enriching your data and spatial analysis with insights such as median age, average household income, retail sales, or consumer spending. Data hosting is an incredibly powerful capability in Location Platform. While you can host datasets of any size, these services are specifically designed to efficiently display large amounts of geospatial data, supporting interactions with hundreds of thousands of points, lines, or polygons in a performant way. Even for datasets that are megabytes or gigabytes in size, you can use our cloud geospatial data hosting services, which support 3 layer types: raster map tiles for large amounts of static data, vector tiles for large but interactive data that doesn't change frequently, and feature tiles for large, interactive, and editable data that you can change in real time. And remember, be on the lookout for new services and capabilities as we strive to enhance your developer experience. Thank you for watching. We want to ensure that you're set up for success. In the description below, you'll find links to the Esri developer documentation, where you'll find tutorials, sample code, and more, the Esri developer forums, where you can crowdsource answers from the developer community, as well as the Esri developer newsletter, where you can stay informed on the latest releases, tips, and tricks. If you have yet to sign up for an account and this video inspired you to elevate your apps using maps, be sure to use the link in the description below. Happy developing!